It's ready to send. You ready to get this?
And we're live.
Woo! Week 3, baby.
Week 3, second take. Here we go again.
Just want to say, Jesse and both the Ryans are the only undefeateds left, man. That's it for the 2-0s. Just 3 guys left. It's only week 3.
That's how it should be. I feel like that's how it should be.
It's amazing. And then unfortunately, with that good news for those guys, bad news for a lot of NFL teams. 7 ACL tears alone to the league. Horrendous. And then there's some high ankle sprains, just a lot of injuries that I think are caused by the COVID in the terms of lack of practice, lack of preseason games. Just these players they're not revved up. They're not ramped up to play like this at full speed. And it's unfortunate. I mean, nothing you can really do. It's just, that's the way of the COVID, right?
Yeah, it could be that, it could also be, young players finally getting a chance, like rookies, and, they ain't tackling right. You know what I'm saying? They didn't learn how to tackle correctly.
Right.
Speed of the game is so fast. You're just grabbing at any piece of the leg, any piece of, and then this is just causing injuries. You hate to see it. And, some teams are getting hit harder than a lot of other teams. It's really sad to see.
Shout out the Giants. The Giants. Shout out the Giants.
The Giants, yeah.
No, but shout out the 49ers probably got it the worst.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, we can go all 32 teams. There's probably somebody on every team.
Yeah. But every position on the Giants, every offensive position seems like, even Garoppolo. I don't know if you heard about Garoppolo.
Yeah, Jimmy Garoppolo's out. That's 49ers. It's bad. I mean, shout out Mullins.
Yeah.
Waiver wire fiend. Nah, but yeah, you know what? Let's try to get past that. It's unfortunate. Let's hope, that's why there's IR spots this year and whatnot. And those are supposed to be for COVID. We can get into it here, but I'm having mixed feelings about it. I feel terrible. I know most of you guys know that the NFL has changed the IR designation for a month. They can come back after a month. So I'm going to lead it up to a poll here and make this a democracy, not necessarily as something I don't want to dictator, but I think maybe we cut it to 2 COVID spots or 2 IR spots. It's unreal, the amount of injuries and the amount of people that have to be dropped. Like, for example, I dropped Paris Campbell today. I think Paris Campbell is capable of being the wide receiver 2 in Indianapolis, but, due to the rulings and what I think is right, I dropped him because he's not technically a COVID. He doesn't have the COVID designation, so I'm not going to put him on that IR spot. Now, I know a lot of people in this league, I can probably count 4 or 5 people who are using that IR spot. Mike, you're one included. For a non-COVID person. So it's unfortunate. I did say, it's whatever the NFL says on draft day, which I was misled. I thought the NFL was only going to allow COVID designated players to be on the IR, but evidently that's not true. I mean, we got guys who are suspended on there. You got guys who are on the actual IR. So, and it's not a setting I can change. It's just, do you want the IR spot or not?
Well, all right. So let's talk about this and let's get into it. Because right now I do have a player that's on IR. And in the IR spot, and I see that with a bunch of players, and I'm kind of following suit. But if you want it to be COVID only, and I'm actually having, I'm the commissioner in a Yahoo league for my school, and I'm having the same situation. I made some IR spots, and people are over here doing the same thing. And I think we just gotta be clear. Let them know either we're keeping this IR spot or we're not keeping it, and then just notify them, yo, if you want to keep this IR player, move him to your bench, drop a player. I'm cool to drop a player in order to accommodate for my IR spot. I'm cool with that. But we should just make it clear. Should probably vote on it, see what people think about it. Just to make sure there's no gray area with this,
There shouldn't be any gray area. I made it pretty simple on draft day and said what it was supposed to be. But like you said, people are abusing it. I believe Piani was the first one to do it with holding on to Antonio Brown. But I don't think Antonio Brown's coming back, so I didn't pay any mind to it. But like I said, I honestly am, wavering towards the side where we keep the IR spots and actually use them as IR spots, because this year is just unlike any other year we've ever done. I know we're usually a non-IR league, and next year, if everything goes right, we will get rid of the IR positions. But I think for now, maybe I cut it to 1 or 2 spots and, we'll see. But I like you said, we'll put it to a poll. I'll do that through the NFL app and post it out there, and majority wins, whether all 14 guys vote or not. We'll move on from there, and majority will rule. I'll probably have 3 options, and we'll take it from there. But I think we've handled it okay, and it's only week 3. I don't think it's major implications towards the playoff season or somebody's playoff berth. But yeah, I'm happy. We were supposed to get this in the last video. Unfortunately, Matt, it's hard when danger enters the room. You just get shook. So I'm happy we got it out here. We'll send a poll out. I hope nobody's really offended by this. I haven't gotten too much hashback or feedback from guys. I know a couple people are like, people are abusing it. Some guys are like, who cares? It's COVID, So, but we'll get the majority rule. That's usually how we do things in this league, except when we move to 14. I just kind of said we're moving to 14, which is terrible. But shout it out. We all like 14. I speak for myself.
Yeah, speak for yourself.
Okay, man. Yeah. Well, all right. Let's move on with it here. Power rankings. A lot of guys moved around. There's some these power rankings factor in a little bit of injury stuff. Like Nate is technically doing pretty well, but he just lost a big player in Christian McCaffrey, and he's out 4 to 5 weeks, or whatever, 3 to 5. I don't know, he might be a freak of nature, come back sooner than later, but that's going to affect you this week. So let's get into it. At number 1. Where there's some controversy here. It could be 1 and 2 could be swapped, but I'm going to hold on to, if you look at the points and the points for Jesse, who is our number 1 spot, has been scoring on a little bit more than Ryan Downs. So let's talk about the guy. Let's talk about our number 1, Jesse Dowd.
Yeah, I mean, this is a tough one here. It could go one of it could go either way. At the moment, Ryan does have more points for.
Exactly.
And Jesse's been scored on more, so it's really one of those things where give some, take some, right?
I don't think you're upset if you're 1 or 2. I
think both of these teams are amazing. Jesse is showing why he's a fantasy beast. This man picked up
Jordan Reed, shout him out, 24 points. Yeah. Didn't even need him. Noah Fant dropped a hot 17. Didn't even need to pick him up. But you know what? That's how conscious he is with the fantasy landscape. This guy knows guys, knows what's going on. He's got a little bit inside knowledge over there in Washington football team. He shouted that guy out before the draft even started that he was going off in camp. So you're right, though. Jesse's fantasy prowess is unmatched in this league. The guy is a competitor, and you got to be real excited about what Calvin Ridley's doing right now.
That's amazing. It's amazing, really. And this guy's just streaming quarterbacks. You love to see it. Still getting his dubs. You're welcome, Jesse. I will say you're welcome. I did not take Zeke this year, and you're welcome for that, because you definitely would have took Saquon at 3, and you'd be in a different predicament. But all right,
yeah, no doubt. At 2,
Ryan Downs.
McCutcheon's Moo Money, baby. Put some respect on his name.
Man, he's gonna feel disrespected for being at 2 here, but
arguably the best team in the league, hands down. At this time, things shift and change, but Aaron Jones has been running and catching, just doing it all. If you had to redraft today, I think you take this guy over Lev Bell. I'm sorry, Lev Bell. I'm sorry. You take this guy over Dalvin Cook, Miles Sanders, Derrick Henry. This guy fell in our league. He fell. So shout out to Downs drafting late and picking it up. Josh Allen has been insane, dude. 400 yards passing.
Yeah.
And 4 passing touchdowns. Who is this guy?
Yeah, he's got rushing touchdowns too. Look, man, he has 7 touchdowns on a year, 75 yards rushing. Josh Allen's been killing it. That's the major pickup. But again, Aaron Jones, man, it's just crazy. All the hype is going around different players, and you just get this guy. It's just like, hello, my name is Aaron Jones. I'll score 4 touchdowns for you. And then Josh Jacobs scoring 3 touchdowns his first week. You're riding definitely some heat. There's some fire. I don't know where this fire came from, but you got some fire on you right now. And your whole team is just showing up. Your whole team is going off here, except for Cooper Kupp. But we don't really need.
That's what I'm saying. He's outscoring his opponents so much that Cooper Kupp's bad play or lack of fantasy scoring isn't even affecting him. It's amazing. And then let's talk about the sleeper John Smith. I can go all day on this team. The only thing that I don't like about Down's team is the depth. It's really not there. You don't got guys on his bench that he can rely on if somebody goes down. So top heavy, like our boy Nate, very top heavy. But hey, you know what? If you stay injury free, there's no way this guy doesn't make the playoffs.
That's what I'm saying. If you stay injury free, then you're good. Even Jesse got an injury with Raheem Mostert, and his team looks okay. But I'm looking at Ryan Down's bench. You don't love it. You know what I'm saying?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Big pickup, right? Dropped a lot of money to go pick up Nyheim Hines, right? And didn't do anything last week. Obviously, that Jonathan Taylor has a job fully, And
these are the reasons why, you're number 2.
Exactly.
At 3, our most improved GM from the 2019 season, Ryan Hannigan.
Stay improving. He's staying improving too.
Staying hot. Staying hot right now.
Yep. Looks like his team's getting better and better. Did you know he has 3 Detroit Lions on his team?
Well, he picked up AP, which I thought was a mistake. But can we speak on this guy benched Deshaun Watson last week and still won? Now, Deshaun did not have a game. He dropped 14. It wasn't amazing. But I don't know how I feel about him at 3 here. I don't think he's here to stay. I think Ryan Hannigan has some depth, no doubt about it. But you're right. You're betting on the Lions. 3 guys on your team are from the Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions are an absolute dumpster fire. Should have beat the Bears. Got upset. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is good. I don't believe in this Deion Lewis hype. I don't. I think this week maybe he'll get more points, but that's Devontae. Devontae Freeman is playing for a contract. That guy's going to run harder. He's a better back. I don't know, man. I don't know about this team. I can't bet on this team to win a Super Bowl.
I feel you.
Our fantasy championship.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about a team you could bet on. You got yourself at 4 here.
Oh my goodness. We can get into it later about my loss to Danny 1.06. Might get that tattooed on my, because look at my points, Mug. That's why I'm at 4. Put some respect on my name. And I am the Lamar Jackson owner, and I'll say it loud and proud. It's an anomaly that he put up that many points. And I just want to just take a moment here. And you asked me the same question today. Why have I not dropped Sony Michel? Look at myself in the mirror. What am I doing? This is a dead end. I need to drop him. This guy is just his knees. I don't know what it is, man. I think he had 11 carries for 17 yards. Didn't catch a ball. Like, what is the purpose? And Cam's going to outrush this guy every single game. So it's pathetic. It's pathetic. But besides that, I'm happy that DJ Moore and Mike Evans that's a great pair. Not quite as good as maybe say Joe's pair, but I like where my roster's at. Now Kamara is the best running back in the league right now.
He really is. I don't know though. I don't know. Aaron Jones is doing Aaron Jones things. Ezekiel Elliott's looking like Ezekiel Elliott. I don't think you can say he's the best running back in the league, but he's a guaranteed bona fide star. Gonna drop
elite
30.
Elite.
Yeah, he's definitely elite. And with the McCaffrey injury, with the Saquon injury, Elliott and Kamara owners are, happy and crossing their fingers that they stay healthy, and you got them. So
absolutely
with what you got there. Are you any worries about your team at all?
No, absolutely not. Prayers up for James White. I know losing a parent is tough. I hope to see him back. Take as long as he needs. We're prepared to move on without him.
Okay. All right. Up next, we got at 5. We got Joe.
No, you got the champ. Put some respect on the name. You got the champ.
I'm not happy with Joe right now.
Absolutely the champ. He took an L, which I predicted right. You took Joe last week, by the way, not to jump ahead here.
Yeah, that's why I'm not happy with him.
And I understand. Joe's team did, however, put up good points that week. He just got outplayed.
Yeah, dropped 120. That's fine. Like, it's good.
Dak Prescott, huh? Putting up 40. What a comeback. What a comeback for the Dallas Cowboys. Kind of wish he had another guy to pair with Dak, huh? There's a lot of talent there. A lot of talent in Dallas that he could have had. Maybe you should look into that. And David Montgomery looked good. Looked real good for the Bears.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Still lost though, And
no, losing's never acceptable. I agree.
Yeah, questionable starts here. With Brandon Ayuk was definitely
Ayuk. Yeah, that was a push. I think he was betting on some of these players not playing with the injuries and whatnot. But when your quarterback goes down, it's hard to have that number 2 guy come in and produce right away. So I'm sure he's feeling that.
At the end of the day, he still has Chris Godwin on the bench, so he'll be fine. He'll be all right.
He was also out last week, so
he deserves that 5 spot.
I think he deserves his 5 spot, and I see him moving up from here forward. I like Joe's team. At 6, we got you, man. Money Mike.
Yeah, man.
Money Mike taking a big hit, though. Sucks losing that number 1 pick, man. We've all been there. We know how you feel right now.
I didn't just lose my number 1 pick, man. These last 2 weeks, I lost my number 1, my number 2, my number 4.
Yep.
In 2 weeks, bro. Like, it's hurting. It's heavy.
I think Cam Akers is going to play this week, though, no?
It doesn't look like it at the moment. They're saying that his rib cartilage is really bruised and damaged. Oh. Yeah, he's not practicing. So we'll see. I mean, maybe they changed the thing, but he hasn't been practicing.
I hate to be a negative Nancy here, but were you ever going to start Cam Akers? Like, legitimately?
100%. Yeah, 100%.
He didn't produce at all this year.
Yeah, it's week 2. What would you expect? Week 2, did you know when he started the game, he had like 3, 4, 5 straight carries. It was just him on the field.
Mm-hmm.
No running back was switching in with him.
That is nice to see.
Yeah,
but in both games, week 1 and 2, you saw Malcolm Brown break off big games, and then now this could have been in correlation with the injury, but then you saw Darrell Henderson just ball out. So I really think this is a traditional 3-headed back system, which you hate to be a part of in fantasy, kind of like the 49ers. I think that's what's going to happen here.
No, I don't know. I disagree. I think what I just forgot his name. Dang it! But I think the Rams.
Darrell Henderson?
No.
Malcolm Brown?
Sean McVay.
Sean McVay, yes.
Yeah, Sean McVay. Yeah. So I think McVay likes to roll with one dedicated, running back on 3 downs. And I think he gives his running backs a lot of work, And this guy is highly touted coming out of college, Cam Akers. Hopefully he gets healthy again and he finds his form. But I took him at the 4th round for a reason. Like I really believe that this guy is gonna be.
Hard knocks buzz is definitely hard. It helps.
Definitely
take players higher. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, you believe in him and you expect to bounce back once these guys get healthy.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I'm just happy to be at 6. I'm happy to get this win without, with losing Saquon the way I did. But Cam and Julian Edelman, man, dropped 60 together.
Cam looks real good. Cam, you got to be real happy with Cam. That's a late pick. That's a late flyer. That's just been working out.
Yeah, I love him. I love him.
Fingers crossed he stays good. He looks real good. His shoulder is not bothering him. He's throwing the deep ball great. He's rushing great. You kind of wish he would have got – you got the win anyway, but it's like, man, he almost had that touchdown there to beat Seattle at the end there.
No, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, fine with the win. Absolutely. At 7, Big Daddy Dave.
Yeah.
Whose team is starting to mold together the way he's looking. This looks a lot different from draft day, which is kind of what we predicted.
Yeah, definitely. Very different. But Matt Ryan's looking fantastic. And, Darren Waller, what a game, huh?
Darren Waller is a top 3 tight end in this league.
Yeah, what a game that Monday night, man. It's not even the receptions, it's the targets. Like, he had, double-digit targets. We're talking.
Well, they have dedicated plays for him in the end zone. You could tell. It's kind of like jump ball stuff. But pivoting from that,
on the year.
Yeah. The double dipping between Julio and Matt Ryan will be fruitful this year. It's unfortunate that Julio Jones took that injury to his hamstring. You may miss some time here, or he may not be the same guy, but Matt Ryan has, Russell Gage. Who? Russell Gage is balling. So, they're throwing the ball over there. Hayden Hurst, Mike, that's your guy. Getting some. They're throwing the ball like crazy over there. Not really a great matchup this week against the Bears. I don't think they're playing at home. Anything's possible at any given Sunday, but It's showing red here for me on the NFL. So the Bears are not giving up big points.
Oh yeah, but I mean, he's got to be happy to be 1-on-1 at the moment.
Always. And any W is much appreciated. Shout him out.
Yeah, I think he was panicking a little bit about his team, so he's glad to win.
It's coming together. At 8, we got the wily vet, Devin.
Yes, we do. Devin at number 8.
Miles Sanders looked real good for him, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, Devin, his team is good. Nick Chubb finally showed up. I think he was getting I think he might have been scared about him.
Did more than showed up, baby. I got him in the
ESPN
league. Shout him out. Nick Chubb balled out, bro. 24 carries, 154 yards, 2 tutties. And he caught the ball a little bit. No, he didn't have Miles Sanders the first week. We noted that in his loss. Beat Piani. That's a formidable opponent. And like I said, Dallas. I mean, Amari Cooper is a superstar. That's the $100 million man. And you got Patrick Mahomes leading your team. You're in good shape every week.
Yeah, exactly. You love to see it. Did you know CeeDee Lamb had more receiving yards than Amari Cooper?
Yes, and Michael Gallup. What? I love it. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Like, he's good to go. He's good to go. They're throwing the ball there in Dallas. He's going to be fine.
Yeah, he's gonna be fine.
At 9,
Devin's happy about his team.
The guy who beat me last week, Danny Arconi.
Yes, sir.
Who also suffered, if I'm not mistaken, he suffered an injury too, didn't he? He's been injured. Michael Thomas, excuse me. Without Michael Thomas, beat me without him.
Wow. And left Leonard Fournette on the bench.
Yeah, which can you blame him? But that's good to see, dropping 20, I believe he dropped 27 or something like that.
And still won.
At this time, he is, and I don't know if Danny's a busy man. I don't know if he hasn't adjusted his lineup yet, but at this time in his bench. So maybe he doesn't believe in Leonard Fournette.
Yeah, who knows? You know what I will say is I did not expect, I guess someone I counted out did not expect Stephon Diggs to look this good. This man, amazing. We knew Russell Wilson was going to be a beast. DK Metcalf looks like a monster.
Number one.
Yeah, Stephon Diggs looked really, really good. Looks really, really good. Back-to-back 2 weeks in a row.
I can't say enough about Stephon Diggs. Also, another player I have in another league. This just falls back to the quarterback play. It's phenomenal. Josh Allen looks like the real deal. He was part of that class with guys like Sam Darnold. I think the Bills got it right. No doubt about it.
Definitely. And you love to see Adam Vinatieri on his team, not even signed to an NFL team.
Yeah, Danny's got to make some. Like I say, he's a busy man. He's making sure I line up straight, but he may want to play this waiver game. May want to jump in there and put some fab dollars in, or pick up some guys. They're free right now.
Yeah.
All right, moving forward. At 10, this is the bottom 4. You don't want to be here. Danger Matt.
10 is not bottom 4.
Now, I proclaim Danger Matt had the worst draft this year. I'll hearken it every time. It doesn't surprise me to see him take an L. And Dallas Goedert, big difference this week. Last week, 7 points. Not good.
Yeah, he's got Mike Gesicki on the bench, so I wouldn't be too worried about it. He picked him up literally hours before he dropped 30 points. His team looks really good, man. You say he's at 10, but I see a really good team here. Terry McLaurin's got to be super happy about seeing what he put up there. And I think Matt will bounce back. I think he'll be in the top 5 before the end of October.
What would you like to put on that?
In the top 5 ranked players, ranked GMs here.
Yeah,
I'll put him in. I think by the end of October.
What do you want to bet on that?
I'll put money on it. I'll put $5 on it.
Put 5 on it. All right, I'll put 5 on it. Danger Matt will not be in the top 5. And you want to do this by points by the overall ranking, or are you saying our rankings?
Our rankings. So points for plus the
overall record.
Yeah, he's 1-1 right now.
All right, we'll be fair with it. I like that. At 11, Mikey.
Yeah, you're also generous here. You're being very generous here with Mikey being at 11, I think.
You think he should be lower?
Yeah. I think Mikey could be low.
Ooh, I like that.
0-2 is tough. 0-2 is very tough. I mean, he's come up against two guys that dropped 40, 45.
Yeah, put some respect on his name. His loss to Ryan Downs, he put up a lot of points.
I mean, yeah, but like, could we not forget about the fact that he drafted 2 tight ends in the first 3 rounds? Like, the man got James Robinson because he's Mikey and he's always going to get one running back off the waivers.
Exactly, that's his saving grace, and you can shout it out. But let's be realistic here. He didn't have Kittle last week. One of his first couple picks.
Yeah, he did not have Kittle.
You'll be saying when you're taking an L this week, you'll be saying the same thing. I didn't have Saquon, so it's like, you don't got your first round pick. Your team looks a little different, but AJ Green does not look great. He's got a couple like question marks, but that Kyler Murray to DeAndre Hopkins is good enough to possibly propel you to win in a week. Like those guys combined are just tearing the league up, and then the Jeff Wilson pickup. I mean, we're spoiling it here. It's $0 picking up a guy who could potentially get big work this week to fill in a spot where he's weak at running back.
I don't know though. He had 3 yards within 2 weeks.
Mike, Tevin Coleman's not playing. It's just Jerick McKinnon. It's just Jerick McKinnon and Jeff Wilson. They're like you said. There's no Mostert. There's nobody there to compete. And Shanahan runs the ball plenty of times where both those guys can't get enough work. It's not a long-term plan. You're right. This is not a long-term game here. It's a short-term dividend. But I think Mikey is he's doing the best he can to work with what he got, what he has. I think he had a poor draft. At 12, Nate. Losing Christian McCaffrey is never easy, but the good news is it's not for the whole year.
Definitely, man. This guy, I almost counted myself out in the beginning of the day, man. I was like, oh man, I'm not gonna beat him. He's over here scoring touchdowns early, but I'm glad to have got the W over you, Nate. And no, I mean your team looks good though. Like your starting lineup looks good. It's just tough.
A-Rob didn't have a really big game for him. Just a couple of players that missed, but this is where we talked about it. One major injury to a top-heavy team like Nate's is going to be a big factor for him the rest of the year. He does not have depth, so maybe you run a little fire sale, see what you can get from McCaffrey. There's probably guys who'd buy high right now, give you at least possibly a low-end RB1 and maybe a low-end wide receiver 1 or something. You can definitely. I mean, that's the best player in the league. Fantasy-wise from last year, I think you can get a pretty good amount for him. But, he luckily – actually, it's not luckily. He's 0-2. Am I right?
He's 0-2.
He's 0-2. So 0-4,
yes.
it starts to get a little bleak. Nate is 1-1. Thank you. So, he's already got a win. It's possible. It's feasible. He can ride this out. But there's only 12 weeks, boys. And you don't want to get to that 4th L too soon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's 1-1 though. He's fine, I think, and he also picked up Mike Davis. So
yeah, we're just getting ahead of ourselves here. But yeah, the Mike Davis ad was huge pay, biggest we've seen all year. But we'll get into that. At 13, the trash talker himself, Team Nature boy, Chris Piani. This is your guy, Mike. What do you got to say about him? It's your opponent this week. What do you like about his team?
Not much.
You don't know his team?
No, I'm saying like not much. No, I'm kidding though. I'm kidding.
I reckon you don't have to look at the computer to name his team.
Yeah, he's got Austin Eckler. This guy's I've been trying to trade him Austin Eckler, T.Y. Hilton. These guys.
You're interested in T.Y.?
Yeah, I'm interested in a lot of his players actually. T.Y., Adam Thielen, Higbee was the one I kind of threw him on draft day. He's super happy about that.
3 touchdowns, big game, big day.
Huge game, but unfortunately, he took another L.
Devin.
I think he might be in panic mode. I don't know. Tom Brady, man, 7 points.
Not looking good.
You know what?
Yeah.
I will say Tom Brady, he threw a lot of passes in the end zone, and his receivers just kept dropping it.
Mike Evans didn't drop it.
Yeah.
Mike Evans didn't.
Mike Evans is the only guy that didn't drop an end zone pass. Everyone else did.
Well, you know what? I think me and the rest of the league love to see it. Piani in the bottom 4 just makes you feel real good on the inside. At 14, Xavier, this is crazy. Did not foresee this, man. He's got solid guys. This is kind of like Rob last year. Remember Rob drafted all these legitimate names that you have a lot of trust in, and then they just didn't pan out early? It's kind of the same situation for Xavier. Am I wrong here? I could be wrong.
No, I mean, I'm laughing because it just doesn't make any sense. Like I'm seeing.
It doesn't. He has legitimate superstars that should be producing, and they're not.
I mean, he put up 60 points, bro. Like how many points did he put up? Let me see this again. Let me take another look. 71. Like that is not
definitely in the running for the t-shirt right there. Definitely in the running for the t-shirt.
Yeah, Will Fuller put up 0.
This is our most valuable GM for last year. You know, he's used to getting hardware and I guess clothing from us, but you don't want that t-shirt. Mark Ingram, big wildcat run. Juju, it's good. Drew Brees I think Drew Brees is the problem. He has not looked that great without Michael Thomas. He's definitely hurting, and I think that's a factor that's playing into the play here. I don't know,
man. I don't know. I don't even know what to say, man. Like it's hard to talk. It's hard to explain this because Rashard Perryman put up 3 points. Juju put up 11.
Will Fuller put up 0.
And 1 catch for a touchdown.
It's crazy, dude. You just don't expect this, and I don't foresee Xavier sitting at 14. He's too good of a GM to stay here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That was long-winded, but we're through the power rankings. I think it's all justified. Might be a couple guys that could be moved around a little differently, but let's get waiver wired, baby. There was some big players picked up and a lot of money spent on this waiver wire for week 3. Let's kick it off with the champ. This one burns me up. You picked up the Indianapolis defense, who have a favorable matchup this week for $11. I'll tell you right now, firsthand, I bid $8. I couldn't justify spending over 10 for a defense that I could be dropping later in the year. How do you feel about this? I think Indy D is a great ad for Joe. He is now owning 2 defenses, which is a viable strategy in this 14-man league.
Yeah, I mean, last week, I don't know if you noticed, I picked up the Saints D for $18. So, I mean, $11 is a steal to me. That's good. Absolutely.
Happy for the champ. Ryan Hannigan, the namesake of the waiver wire. This guy is a fiend, and this is, I believe, his 4th ad this year. I'm not sure. This guy loves to play the free agency. Daniel Carson, Las Vegas kicker, hit a field goal to basically win the game for $1 last week. And then he was the this is just crazy that this is how much was spent on him. Deion Lewis was bid and won for $13. I guess the Devonta Freeman news broke, and people just were like, I'm not about it.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what it is. I mean, I'm not about it personally. Like, I could be, I'm probably going to be wrong. I guarantee I'm probably going to be wrong about this. Maybe Deion Lewis just goes off. Maybe Devonta Freeman doesn't even get this job.
But, I don't think the Giants are very good.
It's not even, we're not talking about, like,
the line is terrible. You saw that line.
Yeah, you're talking about Giants' offense. Now, that being said, he's a pass-catching running back, and they're going to be down in a lot of games. So Deion Lewis will get his work. He will get his points.
At least a 10 to 12 average point player. You should be getting at least 8 to 12 points.
Yeah, I think he should be on a team, and he got him. So
$13 justifiable.
Yeah, we're just worried about Devonta Freeman. He's a big name.
Absolutely. Xavier picked up Drew Sample. That's the Cincinnati tight end for $3.
Great pickup.
You throw the ball 61 times, Joe Burrow did. It's kind of hard not to go get one of the receiving players that's on the free agency.
Well, CJ Uzoma's on IR too.
Yes, that also helps. And then he also added Wayne Gallman, another guy in that backfield, for $5. Now, this was, of course, before the signing of Devonta Freeman. This Wayne Gallman pick, maybe this week it's decent, but I don't think it's something you can bet on. I feel like he wasted $5 here, but it's not his fault. He didn't know Devonta Freeman was going to get picked up.
Yeah, it's funny. Even if Devonta Freeman didn't get picked up, do you even start Wayne Gallman? I don't even know if you would.
I don't think so. But it's just good to be in there and get some depth. I understand. Jesse making a large, not really large, but
it's large.
It's large. You agree? Okay.
Yeah, it's large.
Keelan Cole out of Jacksonville, $19. DJ Shark's been kind of beat up.
Yeah,
DJ Shark has kind of been beat up. So $19 for potentially a flex play.
Yeah.
At best, correct?
Gardner Minshew's throwing the ball a lot, so it's a good pickup for
He
me.
looks good, huh? Okay, Mikey, I hinted at this earlier. Jeff Wilson for the 49ers, $0 free. Not only does he find an RB2 that we could potentially start this week, but it was free. I'm telling you, that guy's a hustler. Mikey's a hustler. Your big pickup here, which I absolutely love this ad. Mike picked up Dalton Schultz out of Dallas, the new tight end, filling in for
Blake Jarwin.
Thank you. $12 bid. I'll have you guys know I bid $11. Mike outbid me. Great job, Mike.
Just because he's the Dallas tight end, but he got like 9 receptions, which is not normal for any tight end to get 9 receptions.
Well, they had to come back in that game. But, he's going to be a tight end threat, in the end zone. I like him. Yeah,
I agree. It's worth the pickup for sure. I actually also bid on a couple other players that we'll get into right now.
Sure. Nate made a few ads here. We'll start with the smaller one. KJ Hamler out of Denver, wide receiver, $15. Now, you're going to say right here, $15 seems a little expensive, but Cortland Sutton went down again, and he's going to miss a significant amount of time. This guy's going to fill in right away.
Yeah, no, Cortland Sutton towards ACL, dude.
Yeah, he's gone
for the rest of the year. Yeah, so it's a good pickup. I mean, Jerry Jeudy is that value is going to go up too. So, congrats
to Denver. Well, I mean, maybe not this week because Drew Lock is out.
Yeah, you heard about who Denver signed?
No, I did not.
Blake Bortles.
Blake Bortles. Get him up to speed, baby. I like that. Yeah. Okay, and then this was the big one. $40, folks. $40 for Mike Davis. He said, I will have the backup to Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, he said, no one's going to outbid me. And actually, I bid the exact same amount, Nate. I bid the exact same amount. I bid $40 as well. We're both hurting at running back. Obviously, you lost your number 1 overall pick. I lost my number 1 overall pick. I also bid $40, but you beat me on the tiebreaker. Looking back, I actually was questioning if I should bid 36 or 35 instead. Now I'm looking at maybe I should have bid 41.
Always go that extra digit. I think that's the best way to do it. I mean, you did it. Yeah. You went 12 for Schultz. I don't know what happened there. Maybe you just thought 40 is a lot. I don't want to go any higher than this.
Yeah, well, 30 was my first bid. It was 32, and I was like, all right, no, I'm just gonna go 40.
I was way off. I bid $22 thinking I was gonna have a shot. And then last but not least, picking up the 10 God himself, Chris Piani added Mitch Trubisky for $5. He's a little worried about Tom, you could tell.
Yep. Yeah, I'll be surprised and laughing if he starts Mitch over Tom Brady, but it might happen.
Wouldn't be a bad idea. They're playing Atlanta this week. Okay, that wraps up the Waiver Wired segment. Last week's results, very similar to the other week. Mike, you got 3 out of 7. I got 4 out of 7. I got them right here for the proof. I copy and paste it. No lying here. Let's get into it. Our game of the week was between Matt and Jesse. Jesse took that one. We spoke on it earlier. The Jordan Reed ad was phenomenal. And then, another huge game for Ridley, 29.9. I mean, this guy is just going to keep beasting, especially if Julio misses time. And then on Matt's side of the field, only one injury. It was to Sammy Watkins. I don't recall how significant it was, but I imagine he'll miss a little bit of time. They got plenty of depth there at receiver in Kansas City. So not too bad, not too shabby. Jesse moves to 2-0, one of the only undefeateds left. My matchup, just an absolute stunner. Shout out to Danny, persevering. I lost by 1.06. I'll say it again. Russ is on an MVP campaign. Can we not say it? You spoke on it earlier, Mike. I mean, this guy is just a beast, and you can't bet against him. That's on the New England defense, dude. That's not easy. That is not easy what he did.
Well, it's a different defense this year, but yes.
Yeah, they're missing some guys, but I think the DBs are practically the same. I mean, Stephon Gilmore was getting beat, dude, and he won Defensive Player of the Year last year. But I guess, to end that matchup, I still believe Danny needs help at running back. Yes, Leonard Fournette had a big game, 27 points, but can you rely on that consistently? Maybe you can. Maybe Rojo's done.
He did.
All right. Yeah.
He did fumble, so who knows?
I don't. Let's move on to your matchup where you took on Nathaniel Schwartz and got that victory, baby. Cam is legitimate. you could start him every week from here on out and not feel bad. Not feel bad about it.
Yep. Team name is redemption. Team name is redemption for a reason. This man deserves. He's gonna deserve all the respect he gets.
Like Cam, you are also looking for redemption. On your 2-10 campaign from last year, you plan to come back in a big way, and it's happening. You're putting up a lot. You put up a lot of points last week, Mike. Got to feel really good about that.
But you know, with that excitement, I still lost a huge piece of my team. You know.
Yes.
There. Yep. I mean, it's not easy. If this was like an ankle sprain, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, something like that, I would take it on the chin. But it just hurts when you see your second overall pick get a ACL tear. It sucks.
Yeah, the second guy to go off the board. You hate to see it, and he's such a talent, man. He's good for the NFL. You want that guy playing. It makes Big Blue look a lot better, a lot easier to watch. And then of course, the other guy, fortunate here, McCaffrey, only out 3 to 5 weeks. But can we say that Gronk is a bust? I think we can honestly say it. It's week 3. I don't believe in Gronk. That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Waiver wire fodder by week 5. What do you think?
Yeah. No, I don't think he's. I think he might come from a team.
Bad pick, Nate. I'm sure you're not the only fantasy GM out there who took Gronk this year, but it's over. I think I got retired for a reason. All right, the champ played Dave last week, and foolishly, Mike took the champ, and I took Dave. Julio, Darren Waller. We talked about these guys already. Dak's 40-point game. Devontae Adams, we did not speak on this. Devontae Adams also injured his hamstring. So I think we're, like you said, Mike, you proclaimed this in week 1. You said there's going to be a lot of these injuries this year that are a little muscle-wise, that just players not ready to ramp up to full speed. And we're going to see it a lot. So get your MVS and Adam Lazard shares all you can. Aaron Rodgers is going to rip it up.
Yeah. And it's tough for him specifically because he was already down. Chris Godwin to injury too. So
yeah, you hate to see it, but Chris Godwin's coming back this week.
Yes.
All right. Mikey, now 0-2, lost to Ryan Downs. 178 points to Ryan Downs. I believe that's the leading score on the year. Well, I'm sure we'll get somebody 200. We always do, but that's got to feel really good, and we got to put some respect on Ryan Downs' name.
Yeah, you do. You really do.
I mean, Josh Allen and Aaron Jones alone combined for 82.08. You said that was more points than Xavier's whole team, correct?
Yes, you could have just started those 2 players and you would have outscored Xavier.
You would have outscored Xavier. That is not a good look for Xavier. Yeah. And then James Robinson looks real good. We hinted on that earlier too, in the Murray Hopkins double dip. We'll keep talking about it. Kyle Murray just looks like Michael Vick, doesn't he? Just like with the sprinting and the juking and just really elusive as a quarterback. And he has that really beautiful spiral, probably better than Vick's. We're talking throw. But I like him. I like him a lot. All right. Xavier just shouted you out, unfortunately. 0-2, lost to Ryan Hannigan 2-0. I don't know what we can say here. Xavier, just dud, bad week. You're going to put it behind you. He always does. He'll move forward, lick his wounds. Hannigan benched Watson against Baltimore, and the guy he started didn't do much better. Clyde Edwards-Helaire was only for 13 points last week. So, Hannigan, this 2-0, I think it's kind of like fake. You know what I mean? I don't really believe it. I don't believe in the hype.
Damn, that is rude.
I'm thinking wild card at best. I could be wrong.
Damn, that's damning. Those words are damning.
He knows.
What about Xavier? You think he'll bounce back and make the playoffs?
It's too early to tell. It's too early to tell. Wow. All right. Devin whooped on Piani last week, moving to 1-1. Piani to 0-2. Devin with the trash talk and backed it up, huh? His running backs combined for 45.4. You gotta like that. Tom looks terrible, and Tyler Higbee put up 3 touchdowns in a game. He even threw up the 3 in the video I watched. It was pretty amazing. So he gotta like your tight end play, but I think he needs help at quarterback, and he may want to make a move. It's one of those years where, Mike, you should have 2 quarterbacks. You'd have been all right. All right, that wraps up last week. You ready to
Yeah.
get these? Ready to get these predictions?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right, the game of the week. This was kind of tough to choose. There was a lot of different matchups, kind of like marquee a little bit, but we're gonna go with two not necessarily rivals here, but two vets that started with each other 9 years ago. That's Chris Piani, who is 0-2, and is favored to play my guy Mike, who is 1-1.
Yeah, this is it's a tough matchup. This guy's 0-2. He needs his win. I want to keep the winning streak going.
But you're down multiple players.
I'm down 3, running backs, and you draft 4 running backs in the first 4 rounds. I keep talking about this. I know it's annoying, but
yeah, we've already heard it, Mike.
The first 4 rounds, you don't see yourself in a position where you need a running back week 3. Week 3, week 3, bro.
Yeah, some would say you drafted the wrong running backs, but I don't really think you did. I think you took best available. I did not believe in Lev this year, but you knew the volume was there.
Saquon a bad running back to draft?
No, hell no. That's what I say. You took best available, but I just don't think Lev was somebody you should have bought in on. Maybe your boy Melvin. Your boy Melvin was there. We were shouting him out, bolt up, and you didn't want him. I
did take Melvin.
I know, but you could have took him earlier.
What do you mean? I did.
And then maybe you don't take one of these bad running backs.
What do you mean?
You take Melvin and you feel more. Maybe you took more running backs because you didn't feel secure at that position.
Or I wanted to be super secure at that position, and I'm not. It doesn't matter how many running backs I took; it did not matter.
Are you starting Anthony Miller?
No. I heard some news about Justin Herbert, and so Keenan Allen's getting his spot back.
Okay. And maybe Mitch starts for Piani, but I predict Piani to have a good game here, and I believe Derrick Henry is going to put up at least 20 on you, Mike. And I'm going to roll with Chris Piani here.
Yeah.
What you got?
I mean, I think if he makes the wrong starts, which Piani is always able to make the wrong starts, then I'll win.
You're taking yourself.
No, I mean, I'm probably taking Piani here.
Wow, you're gonna bet against yourself in week 3. I love it.
It's just a bad week for me, man. It's just a lot of injuries, a lot of things going on.
Waiting for some guys to get back.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's move on to the next matchup here. Dave, 1-1, is unfavored to win this matchup against a 2-0 Jesse Dowd. Dave, as this is going to shock everybody, the man he traded for, Rojo, is being benched for Justin Kelly.
I love it.
I guess with the Tyrod news, they expect the Chargers to run a little bit more, possibly, if they can.
Joshua Kelly, by the way. Joshua Kelly.
Oh, I'm sorry, Joshua Kelly. Yeah, put some respect on his name. Is going to start over Rojo and potentially get more carries because of the rookie, starting at quarterback. And then we got to be careful here. Julio may, I believe he will play. That guy's he's a true competitor, but he's played through injuries before. But it's possible he is questionable. On Jesse's side, he's rolling with Matt Stafford this week over Jared Goff. And Galladay, as of week 3, is going to play. You shouted out earlier in the episode, Mike, so I'm sure Jesse is really excited to see that. He took that guy in the 3rd round.
Yeah, it's big. It's big. Now I'm pretty sure you're wanting to trade Marvin Jones, right?
Marvin Jones is definitely available. Whether he comes back or not, Marvin Jones has produced fantasy points, even with Galladay there. So
yeah. So
true wide receiver 2.
Who do you got here then?
I'm taking Jesse Dowd.
Okay. I'm taking Jesse as well.
Wonderful. Okay, moving on. Ryan Downs at 121.67 is favored to beat the champ at 115.60. Ryan Downs' team, I mean, I shouted out. I think it's at least the starting lineup is the best starting lineup as of right now you can start in the league. I'm absolutely in love with it. I wouldn't bet against them. And I'm not going to do it here. I think the champ's going to fall to 1-2. He gets Chris Godwin back, but he may lose Adams. So there's some question marks there on his side at the strength of his team. I'm going to take Ryan Downs here.
I'll take Ryan Downs too, just because of the Adams news.
Wonderful. Moving forward, Ryan Hannigan at 2-0 is not favored to beat Danger Matt at 1-1. Danger Matt has a 10-point advantage according to NFL predictions. Dion Lewis, the new addition to Ryan Hannigan's team, is in the starting lineup as we speak. Are you familiar with Russell Gage? I brought it up earlier. This guy has been balling the first 2 weeks, dude. Balling.
Yeah, he might be the new DJ Chark.
Absolutely. He might change the name. And especially if Julio misses time, this guy's going to get a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of work. I mean, that's 20.4 and 16.6 in the first 2 weeks. You got to be ecstatic. Now, I bet he was on his bench those weeks, but I don't think maybe he'll be starting this week. I don't know. And then you're right. We spoke on earlier. Danger Matt, I think, has the best 3 running backs as a combination in the league. Those are 3 starting guys. 3 RB1s that he has. So, and clearly his weakness is at receiver. With all that being said, I think Matt, rights a ship here and goes 2-1 and gets the win over Ryan Hannigan.
I agree. I would go with Matt here as well. I would go with Matt here as well. He also took for 4 running backs in the first 4 rounds.
He sure did.
They're all healthy.
He picked the right. Just on luck, Mike. It's just bad luck, bro. It happens.
I don't know what's going on. I didn't know what I did. Who did I tempt? Like, what did I do?
We've all experienced it. I've lost running backs. I mean, we've had guys lose running backs before. This isn't the first time this has happened.
I know, but like 3.
And you keep saying it's 3. I'm sorry. I'm just going to stop you, and I'm sure the league would agree with me.
It is 3.
That guy's in a timeshare. Yes, it is technically 3. But you didn't lose 3 RB1s. You lost an RB1 and an RB2. That's what you lost in a flex play.
You don't think Le'Veon is an RB1?
Hell no.
You had him last year. You were hyped up about him all last year.
And did I take him this year? And I had plenty of chances. I said, hell no, I ain't going to the Jets. The Jets are so bad. They're so bad, bro.
He's still an RB1 at the end of the day. Like,
I don't think he finishes top 20 this year.
How could he? This guy is not gonna play for 4 games.
I don't think he's I'll go one better. I don't think he's a Jet next year.
Okay, that's just Jets blowing up their team though. Jamal Adams wasn't supposed to get traded.
Okay. Hey. All right, we'll get back to these predictions here. Where were we at? We're moving on.
Yeah. We got Nate versus Mikey. Nate's
is totally in favor here.
McCaffrey. He's got Mike Davis now, so hopefully that goes well for him. And you got Nate, who also needs a tight end. We'll see if he can get someone off the waiver wire to start for him. Then you got Mikey. Mikey's 0-2. He's got Kittle back this week. I doubt it. I doubt that they rush George Kittle back, seen as is it Greg Kittle or George Kittle? I don't know, Tyler. You tell me.
It's George Kittle.
Seeing as Jimmy Garoppolo might not even play, so it's a tough one. This
isn't even a conversation. Mikey's going to blow Nate out of the water. There's no McCaffrey here. This is not even close.
You said the same thing about Michael Thomas and you blowing Danny out the water, and you got beat.
Are you taking Nate here then? Because you're talking trash.
I guess I got to take Nate here now that you made me defend him.
That's an L. Sure. That's an L for you. That's all right. Nate. Okay. Devin at 1-1 is favored to beat Danny this week. There are some rumblings that Michael Thomas may come back and play this week, but I don't see why they would rush it.
I see why they would rush it. They just lost a game.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think the Saints would be better than Tampa Bay in Atlanta. No, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, Danny wants him back as soon as possible. Clearly, I mean, he's all in. He's all in. I mean, that's the guy he took in the first round. But for this matchup specifically, if you compare Devin's running backs to Danny's, I don't see any way possible that Danny can make up for that deficit with the rest of his players. I just don't see it. I don't care if Russ puts up 50. I think Danny's team as a whole is just not good. Wilson and Metcalf playing the Dallas Cowboys, which is favorable if Atlanta had anything to say about it, but I don't foresee it. I don't foresee him winning here. And with all that being said, I'm taking Devin.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I'm gonna take Devin too, though.
All right. The last but not least, we have my matchup this week where I'm favored against the 0-2 Xavier. I am 1-1 myself. Lamar, this is a hell of a game Monday night. And unfortunately, I work, but I get off and coming home, putting it right on. Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens would be playing Patrick Mahomes in the Kansas City Chiefs. This is potentially the AFC Championship game right here. And we're getting it on week 3, Monday night. I mean, what more can you ask for? It's like Christmas Day.
It really is. It really is. It's going to be a good game. Definitely going to be a good game here.
I think it might. I think it's going to be kind of low. I hate to say it, but is it going to be low scoring? I hope not. I hope it's a fireworks show, and we just see lots of touchdowns, big plays, But like I said, I would take Baltimore in that game.
Easily. Me too.
Yeah, I think I'd bet on it if I did. Didn't throw him in my recent parlay because that's just too many question marks. But back to fantasy here. Kamara, Evans, Moore, pretty good big three, if I do say myself. And Xavier has some question marks. Is Mark Ingram going to be good again? He's got to ask that every week. Drew Brees is playing in Green Bay. And Devontae Parker, who did ball out last week, is questionable with another injury. That guy has just injury problems. He's had it his whole career. And we can see the lineups right here, Mike. I did fail us last week and bet on myself, and I lost by 1.6, but I just don't see me losing this week. And I did make an addition to defense here because I don't want to start the Kansas City defense against the Baltimore Ravens. I just don't. I fear the Baltimore Ravens. They score a lot of points.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with you too.
Yeah,
you have a better team here, and I think you'll win.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely. So, yeah, that'll wrap up the predictions. This has been kind of a long episode. These ones we do online, we get a little crazy, huh?
Yeah, we definitely do. I think we talked so much about the teams while we're doing the rankings. Maybe we can combine last week's results and rankings at the same time.
Yeah, that might be able to speed it up. But I'll do the like Ricky Bobby, like what do I do with my hands? I'll do the time marks for everybody to jump in. But let's see if we can get our Sandusky Hotline member in here. It looks like there's 3 members.
No, that's me.
That's you presenting. Yeah, he says he's coming right now. Give him just a moment here. Technical difficulties. Should really do a better job of sending this text a little bit sooner, huh? Kind of like hold it off to the last minute, but we got a special treat for you guys. Should be joining us here any moment.
All the way from Atlanta, Georgia.
All the way from Atlanta, Georgia.
I'll put his team up here, and you guys can figure out who it is.
Yeah, and then I'm off this Sunday again. If dudes are looking to get together, I put it out in the group me. Not a lot of catchback here, but I assume people got stuff to do and whatnot. And unfortunately, I will not have the Fubo TV again. That was kind of nice. Just not having to worry about buffering or any lag. It felt like cable.
I know. Sometimes I consider it. I consider getting it. Actually, it's funny because I got a Premier League scan that they got going on now. I paid $5 for it for a free trial.
Mm-hmm.
And then they got me after a week. I forgot to cancel it and they got me for $5. So I guess I'm happy for another month.
Is that through your phone or is that just through the TV?
No, it's through any device. It's just like now you have to do that to watch Premier League games. It's kind of a scam. Freaking hate it. NBC Sports used to play everything on TV. Now they're over here like making us work for it. But they got to make their money. I get it. I totally understand.
Absolutely. I mean, that's the way of the world. Streaming now.
Yeah.
Well, where's this guy at? He said, "Yeah, be on in a second. It's been 2 minutes. I guess I'm being a little jumpy here."
Got him.
All right, on the Sandusky Hotline, coming in clutch here. There he is, boys, on the Sandusky Hotline.
And News Bears.
What's up, fellas?
How we doing?
How we doing, Devin?
I'm on a winning streak. I'm doing pretty good.
There you go.
Yeah,
All right.
Miles Sanders.
How you boys doing? He looks good. Might be the only Eagle that looks. He looks good.
Dallas Goedert looked good a couple weeks ago for Matt, but that was
he does. He's doing all right.
I'm doing good, man. Took a brutal loss to Danny, 1.06. You hate to see it.
That's worse. I would almost rather get blew up sometimes than lose by that 1 point.
Every time. I was cool with losing by 40. I was like, I should just bench Kamara and not even like have the. And I stayed up that night waiting. I was like, one more catch, and the time ran out. And I was like,
how long you guys been recording so far?
Long time, probably over an hour.
Did you get the update about Alvin or no?
Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me.
You check your phone in the last hour?
You know I'm looking. No, there's no news. There's no news. That was a good try.
Yeah, he retired. Early retirement. He said he's done. He's hanging him up.
He Andrew Lucked us, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So are we talking trades? What are we talking?
We're talking trades, baby. No, we're gonna get into these questions, man. We got 5 questions here for you on the Sandusky Hotline. I'll begin with question 1. I got your guy this year, Lamar Jackson. Do you miss him?
Ooh. If I didn't have Mahomes, no, I miss him. I don't care. I have Mahomes. I still miss him. The guy's a beast.
It's fun to watch him, isn't it? It's just entertaining. You're just like, I love this guy.
Is he a running back? Is he a quarterback? Can he just throw it to himself? I mean, the guy's amazing. He truly is. It was a great pick. If you didn't take him in that round, I don't think he would have fallen that far. But yeah, absolutely in the 3rd.
I feel like I had to do it. I had to pull the trigger. Mike's
had to do it.
He's like, I'm sick of hearing about it. He's like, shut the
fuck up. I mean, I'm just like,
Cam does have more fantasy points than him. You could say it, Mike. I know
a lot of guys
you could have waited. Yeah, you could have waited for Cam. You could have waited for Russ. I mean, Russ is number 1. He looks like he's playing Madden out there.
MVP candidate.
Aaron Rodgers, Matt Ryan looks great. Like,
yeah, the revenge tour of Aaron Rodgers this year. He's going to be tearing it up.
Tearing it up, dude.
Until he plays the Bears.
And then who knows?
Who knows? Got Robert
Who knows
Quinn
what
for
can
his
happen.
ass. We're waiting for him.
Yeah.
I think revenge
We've
tour.
been saving him.
Saving him just for him. Just for him.
You want him to play against Lions? Nah, we're playing the Lions. We don't need him this week.
Hey, Bears.
What about next week what about the Giants?
We'll let him get a couple.
We won't let him go. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll let him get a couple reps.
Against those dirty birds. He's going to be tearing it up next week.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, he is.
I took the Bears. I actually bet on the Bears in a parlay. I don't like betting on the Bears because I don't like put my heart in it.
Bears.
But I put my heart in it, man.
I love the Bears too. I mean, I got the blue and orange on.
Yeah.
I don't know. And Atlanta's putting up a lot of points.
That's what I said. And can we put
Julio,
up that many points?
Julio might not play.
That's what I heard.
Didn't practice.
It's kind of scary.
Practice.
Kind of scary. Dave does not like that. All right, question 2. How'd your draft go, man? 1-1 thus far. Beating Piani has to feel real good.
I don't know. It's like when you're in 8th grade and you're picking on 6th graders. It's like, yeah, you're gonna win the fight, but you're punching below your weight class. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, I'm ready to play some real GMs. He's rusty. He hasn't played in a while. I just want to play somebody who's watched football in the last 2 years.
That guy is a scrub. You see, he tried to call me out today on the group meeting. I was like, let me just put the scoreboard up and shut him the hell up.
It's like when Alabama schedules that first game against some high schoolers, and they go out there and win by 70 points. It's a tune-up game. Get the boys feeling good, ready to go next week.
That guy's 0-2, man. Not a good look here. Not a good look.
His roster, he might be the Detroit Lions of this league this year. He might go over.
Damn.
He's gonna be back for 1 year. You're never gonna hear from him again.
Well, Mike is his opponent this week, so Mike's got to hold it down for us.
Yeah, that's true.
You lose to Piani, that's not a good look, Mike. We're gonna say you did it on purpose. Man. We're gonna say you threw the game.
You don't want to be the first guy to lose to Piani.
I know. I would feel confident if I had all my guys, but whatever. It's a
rough year. It's a rough season right now.
It's a rough
week 2.
Yeah, I know. But Let's talk a little bit more about your team. I mean, Nick Chubb, Miles Sanders, back-to-back in the draft. How you feel about them so far?
I'm trying to shop my Chubb around. You know what I mean? I'm sending some feelers out, Chubb. We'll see what we can do here.
Oh, good.
He's doing all right. I mean, I think it's that Robbie Anderson pick that's kind of saving me right now, but we'll see how it goes. Robbie Anderson, number 5 receiver in fantasy so far.
Oh my god,
but
it's insane.
I've been sending my Chubb out there a little bit, seeing what's going on.
I love it. There's got to be some biters for that. You know what I mean? Somebody's got to bite on that Chubb.
I hope not. Maybe. But maybe.
So what do you expect this year out of your team? I mean, clearly there's a trade or two to be made, as you're stating. But project the season. What are we thinking here? Overall record. Obviously playoff bound, correct?
I think this year especially, I mean, you can't tell. You have no idea. These guys haven't had any preseason, any practice. Like, what were there? 10 torn ACLs in week 2.
Yeah.
So it's early. Like, I'm rushing out there to spend all my money on Mike Davis.
What'd you put in on him? I'm curious.
Maybe 20. Maybe I put 20.
I put 22. Tell me why Mike and Nate both bid 40, and Nate won on the tiebreaker. The waiver wire came into play. Yeah. It was insane. $40.
Yep.
You make sense, Christian McCaffrey owner.
It could be a steal. Yeah, for a couple weeks it'll be a steal. But I mean, I wasn't rushing out to pick up Wayne Gallman either. So
no, that was a nice $5 bid. Shout out Hannigan. Shout him out.
We'll see. We'll see who's still playing football by the end of the year.
I agree, and that's a great way to put it. So I guess you kind of talked about it in the first one. I was going to ask you, anyone available, spotlight a player or two for us looking to move. Clearly the Chubb.
Oh, they're all available. Yeah, Chubb's my first round pick. Chubb's available.
Even Mahomes is available at the right price, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I only have one quarterback roster, so if you're sending something, it's got to be somebody with a quarterback. But maybe I'll put Mitch out there. Who knows? Mitch is on the wire.
No, Mitch got picked up. Did
he get picked up? Oh, never mind. Mahomes is off then. Nobody offered me for Mahomes if Mitch isn't there. I don't want to.
Well, I'll tell you know who has him? Chris Piatti.
Who's that?
Chris Piatti picked him up.
Just give him the belt. I take back everything I said. I think we should give him the belt and the ring now. I'm going to crown him.
Crown his head.
Crown his head.
Oh my god, I'm losing it.
Chris Piatti, he was who we thought he was. Crown his ass.
That's who we thought he was.
No, I mean Tom Brady looks terrible. Let's be real here. And I understand the Mitch pickup, and I wouldn't question
he's old.
He's old. He's like 43.
He's old. That's the scout. There's nothing else. There's no stats. There's not a 40 time on there. It's not a vertical jump. His scouting report just says he's old.
Brett Favre, I think what was that Minnesota season? Was he 40? That was like the last one. And it was like, you could tell. You could just tell.
I think he tore it up the year before, though, didn't he?
Yeah, but when he hit that 40 mark.
He was an all-pro that year.
Remember, they had to drag him out of retirement every time. They were like, come play. They'd fly to his ranch.
Yeah. If I could hand the ball off to AP in his prime, too, I bet I'd have been a Pro Bowler.
Damn.
These are facts. These are stating facts here, folks.
For real.
Okay. Your opponent this week, Danny. Any words for him?
And I do love the team name. It's hard. I think it'll be closer than whatever the projections are right now, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I know he's probably a little beat up right now. Injuries. I'm trying to snatch his I sent him a Chubb trade. He's one of the guys who's got one in the inbox, so we'll see how it goes.
In the
inbox. So let's get a little deep on how you trade here, Devin, because Devin is a notable trader in this league. You're just sending offers. No follow-up through the group me, no text messages, just straight offers.
I think so. I think if you look at it to who you're drafting with and not who you're trying to draft, which is what our league tries to do a lot. Like, this has been a no-trade league for at least the last few years because everybody's been burnt once or twice already.
Yeah.
But if the numbers line up, like I'm looking to upgrade at receiver, and I got two. I don't know, one running back to RB1s. So that's what I'm trying to do.
I think it's fair.
That's how I
clearly
trade.
you were targeting Mike Thomas. It sounds like, which sounds. I mean, Nick Chubb is legit. He was top 3 in rushing last year.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he's not the only person that trade. I got a couple of them out. One of them a better trade, but I'm not going to say which one that is.
Sure, yeah, we don't want to try to jump you here and steal some guys.
Yeah, but they're out there. I mean, even Sanders for the right price. I just think Chubb might be a better value right now.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
He's healthy. Yeah, he's healthy.
And they're doing it. The 2-back system over there is working.
Yeah, Kareem looks good too. What do you mean?
Does that worry you, like seeing Kareem Hunt do well as Nick Chubb? You know, you in the back of your head. I know I've had a player that.
Yeah, no. So I think for sure that offense doesn't work unless they can run the ball, and they're going to run the ball through Nick Chubb. So if they're not running the ball, like you saw week 1, both those running backs were shit. So if one goes, they both go. If one doesn't go, then they both don't go.
Baker can't throw over 30 times.
Yeah,
I completely agree.
Right.
You can't have that guy throw 30 times. That's not a good look.
Right. And they beat up on Cincinnati, so everybody was scoring touchdowns that day.
I bet on Cincinnati, man. That was a bad look for me.
Touchdowns.
Joe Burrow looked good, though, huh?
Yeah. Legit. The guy looks legit.
He has it. And you know what? I was kind of mad because I was like, why didn't Mitch have it when he first started?
Damn.
And I was like, dude, what? Like,
oh, man.
This guy just came out. Now, Mitch wasn't the number 1. You know what I'm saying? He didn't go number 1.
You know who else had it that day, too?
Nah, he threw a pick, bro. He threw a pick, though.
Good.
Nah, Justin Herbert.
Tyrod didn't even want to play. He said, you know what, boys? I saw Kansas City get off the bus. I'm going to hang out in the locker room for a little bit. My rib hurts a little bit. I think I'll hang out in here.
Yeah.
They are the Chargers, though. I mean, they're like the AFC's version of the Lions. We're going to, even without Phillip Rivers there, they're still going to fold in the fourth quarter.
Find a way to lose.
They're going to find a way, man. That's going to be a poster in their locker room. We're going to find a way, and then somebody at Parker wrote 2 right underneath it.
I love it.
What was it? Harrison Butker hit like 3, 4 58-yard field goals in a row. Like, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, he's good.
He's freaking good, man. I was like, you're not going to miss any of these, like wide right. None of them, like, were even the one we called timeout on. I was like, he's going to miss this one.
He nailed it. Yeah.
That was so for me to hit my parlay, I needed that field goal. And first person I call is Mike, who obviously is a Chargers fan, and I'm screaming, I hit the fucking parlay. I was like, let's go, Kansas City. And he was so mad. And then I said, well, hold on here, buddy. I was like, they just had a close game against the Super Bowl champions. With the Super Bowl champions.
I'm not sure.
And then he was like, if that was Green Bay, you wouldn't be like this. And I was like, you're right. Absolutely.
That's
right.
true.
But I said Green Bay are the champions.
Hey, they're at least the 3rd best team in that division. So
yeah.
They're at least the 3rd best.
You think you're better than Vegas, Mike?
I think so. I don't think Las Vegas is real. I think their defense is too terrible. I don't think it's gonna last long.
Did you see them play on Monday?
Yeah, I know. I saw them play against the Saints. They looked great. I mean, but then again, look, the Saints didn't have anyone that could mark Darren Waller, and the guy had like all the targets. Like Henry Ruggs only had 3 catches. Like, who's the other receiver for the Raiders? I can't even think of any other receiver that did well.
Hunter Renfrow.
Oh yeah, Hunter Renfrow.
He might be hurt though too. He might be hurt too. Yeah, he might be hurt.
No,
nobody.
Hunter Renfrow, man. I'm always disrespecting him. I don't know why.
Well, the thing is, if you take a vacation to Vegas, like for that weekend, you could win. Like you hit a jackpot and you're a receiver for the Raiders that week. So like you get your own jersey.
Walk down the strip, go straight to the stadium.
Slot receiver. You win the slot receiver at the slots, and then you play that week. Then you're in.
Oh my god!
Catch a couple passes from Derek Carr.
Yeah.
That'd be such a treat.
That team's wild. That team's gonna be fun to watch, and that stadium is sick,
dude. They dropped some money, and it looks great.
It looks legit. Whenever we can go, the boys trip to Vegas to go see a Raiders game would be legit.
Never been. Yeah. Would love it.
I think
I'm just now starting to get into gambling.
Could you? Let's talk about this though. Could you imagine if you're a rookie getting drafted by the Las Vegas Raiders? You go in there as a rookie, start making money when you never made money in your whole life.
You take the signing bonus. You go to the roulette table. You double your money.
There you go. You're probably gonna have like chlamydia and herpes within the first like 4 weeks of being out there.
Can you put that on the injury report?
Can't practice.
He's gonna be out week 2. He's got the clap. We're gonna give him some antibiotics. He'll be ready to go week 3.
He's day to day. He'll be all right.
Yeah, give him a day. He'll be fine.
Absolutely ridiculous. No, I'm pretty excited, man. I think I'm just happy there's football. I think we got a great season here. I mean, the injury stuff sucks, but I think it's going to work its way out the more games we get underneath our belt.
Maybe.
Fingers crossed.
Maybe.
It sucks.
The other thing I'm really surprised about, like, what's the rate of successful COVID tests in the NFL?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the math on that.
It's got to be incredibly low for a league that isn't quarantining or in a bubble at all, right?
That's what I would think.
Do you think of all the leagues in professional sports who would cover up COVID?
NFL.
Gotta be NFL, right?
NFL would do it. Yeah, of course.
100%.
There's been like 3 complete teams in the MLB who've had COVID cases because they're not in a bubble. You're going to tell me that the NFL players haven't? I think that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, those are big rosters.
My conspiracy theory runs deep on the NFL.
No, I agree. I mean, I'm surprised that Tyrod Taylor information came out. When you hear about that they punctured his lung, like I thought they would keep it under wraps for a while. I don't know. Like when you hear about true stuff like that, you see the NFL in a bad light. You're like, man, there's no way that they usually keep this stuff under wraps like really well.
Right.
No doubt. It's crazy because the players deserve better, but at the end of the day, I'm selfish and I'm just happy. I'm like, I just want football. I'm like, it's whatever.
I just want to watch football.
I just want to watch football on Sundays. It's like, I don't know what I was going to do. Imagine we were sitting here and we didn't have a football season. I don't know what I would have done with myself. How do you get through these months without football?
Do you watch college at that point? You got to start putting money on college games?
Oh, dude.
What if they don't play? They probably shouldn't have played.
If the NFL doesn't play, they probably don't play, right? Or I don't know.
No, they play. There's no way you could not play football in the SEC.
Yeah.
Absolutely no way.
Yeah, there's a lot of money. A lot of money.
Man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
What else we got? How you boys feeling?
Fantastic, man. I love my squad. Besides
our division's terrible. The division that we're in is not good compared to the other teams that have been drafted. For now.
You know what? And that's great for me.
But that division always comes out hot, and then they cool off right before we hit the playoffs. So I'm not that worried.
No. And and with the wild card format, it's a little bit easier to get that first round bye.
We're waiver wire warriors. We'll be there at the end.
All the time.
We'll be there.
Us and Mikey.
Yeah.
You got to fight that guy. You got to battle that guy to get a player. It's insane. He got Jeff Wilson for $0. I said, what?
Did he really?
Yeah. I was like, how does he know?
He's playing. He's playing him.
I think he's starting him. Yeah. Oh, he has to. I mean,
he's starting him.
His team is trash. He's got to start.
He always gets his running backs off the waiver wire, man. They're always good, too. Always. James Robinson looked really good this year. I don't know.
I haven't spent a single fab dollar. I bid on the Indianapolis defense, and Joe bid $11. I said, who bids over $10 for a defense?
I think I got Josh Gordon for $1.
Yeah.
That's my only pickup.
I haven't spent $1 yet, man. And I want to, but these guys they're bidding a lot of money. I think you're right. I think people are just like, I'm going to go get the guy. And I bid 22 on Mike Davis. It wasn't even close.
It's early. He had 8 catches, which I didn't know Mike Davis could catch.
It reminds me of like Mike Allstott. When I think of Mike Davis, I think big fullback.
Yeah. But he'll be good for 4 weeks until McCaffrey gets back, and then
and then
you won't hear from him.
No, you'll drop him.
So it's $40 for 4 weeks, maybe. I bet he's back before 4.
Were you? What round were you touching Lev this year?
Lev Bell?
Yeah, never. No round.
How many rounds do we draft in?
14.
15. I take him to 15.
That's Mike. I'm trying to tell you, bro. I think you were the only one on Lev Bell. I had him last year. I took him in the first round last year.
That team is a dumpster fire. That team is going to be awful for decades to come.
It's bad. Mike was actually, before we started the show, Mike was talking about how terribly he feels for Sam Darnold. And I said, I wouldn't feel bad. He's going to make millions of dollars.
What if the Bears traded for Sam Darnold? Would you be happy about that?
No, I wouldn't. Absolutely not. Mitch is my guy. It's the 10 God. There's nobody else I'd rather have.
All summer, bro.
Oh, dear Lord.
Like that?
That's the 10 guy, baby. I will put the jersey on for you guys right now.
This is a smoke screen right now. I know you can't be serious.
Oh, absolutely.
Everything that Tyler says, by the way, everything.
This guy's masking his emotion.
Bro. This guy, like, he just checks gas nonstop. One of the every once in a while, something.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, something will be real, and be like, yeah, I told you guys from the start. I've been on this from the start. And no, I'm like, dude. No.
Well, let's talk about it. When they played the Lions that Sunday, halftime, they're put Big Dick Nick in. And I'm like, no, guys, we gotta stay steadfast here. And what did Mitch do? He came out, balled out in the fourth quarter, bro. 3 tutties. We came back with.
Yeah, but I got the
You look great. You look phenomenal.
I'm with you. But I'm saying we did almost lose to the 2 worst teams in the league.
This is true.
And those last 2 drives that both of those teams had, they had almost touchdowns. Like, it was pretty close.
They had shots
for us to be losing. Defense isn't playing terrible, and we can't put up more than 17 points, 20 points.
They're gonna work it out. They're gonna work it out.
I mean, and you put money on them, Tyler?
This is the problem. I had him in the parlay. I had him in the parlay. I did. I put him in there. They're not favorite to win. They're not favorites to win that game. So it's more money.
For the Bears to be good this year, the defense has just got to score more points. I mean, what are they doing out there?
No, come on. Was that? I mean, we can get the Bears talk here. That Eddie Jackson, that was bull. That should have been a touchdown. That should have been a touchdown. So they do win by more than that. And you're right. We just got to get that help from the D, score some points.
But that's only 1 defensive touchdown on the year. We've already played 2 games. What are they doing out there?
I know. Well, Max should have scooped that up, man, that fumble, and ran that in, but he just done it. He just jumped on it.
What are we paying all that money for? Do you ever watch the clips of him getting triple teamed?
Oh, it's stupid. It's not fair.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
And then watching Floyd on the other end can't beat one guy. It's like a tight end. You can't be like a tight end. It's like, oh my God.
All right. So I'm watching Melvin Gordon this weekend, and I'm like thinking, like, do you guys ever like feel type of way when you see a former Bears player play well for a different team?
Oh yeah.
So I'm watching Leonard Floyd go off. Like, just go off. I mean, he has Aaron Donald next to him. I understand. Like, he's got.
What do you go off? What do you get? How many sacks he got?
He's getting these stuffs, like all these like stuffs, yard for loss, like getting these running backs in the backfield. And then
he was great at that. He was great at rushing D. He was pretty good. He had long arms. He could definitely play gaps and stuff. But like, he could never get to the quarterback, and that's kind of what you're getting paid to do at that position.
He was getting to the quarterback.
I don't think he has more than 5 sacks this year.
This guy with the numbers, man.
I'll play it. I watched him. Look, I got the jersey in the closet. What are you talking about? And that's my fault. I shouldn't have bought the jersey because that's why he's trash. Right. And I bought Mitch's jersey too. I got to stop buying jerseys. That's my problem.
16 games. If he plays 16 games, I say he gets over 5 sacks.
I mean, he is back with Fangio, and Fangio's the guy who had him playing well to start. So maybe that's part of it.
I don't think so.
What do you think about your boy Old Rivers in Indianapolis? Still same old Phil, right?
For him, it's
still the same old Philip.
Yeah, it is same old Philip, but he won the last game. But no, for him, it's different. I have nothing but love for that man. I hope he wins the Super Bowl without us. Like,
Hall of Famer.
But I love Philip Rivers. I love Philip Rivers. The day I die, I love that man. Even though he throws the dumbest picks I've ever seen in my life, this man just throws he just throws it to the other team. It's like, dude, what are you doing? You're up like 20. Like, leave it alone, man. Like,
bro, and T.Y. is not getting it out.
I've never seen a Hall of Famer with a worse throwing motion forever. The way he throws the ball is stupid.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It works though. It works.
He's not going to be able to use his arms after 50.
Hey man, he outlived Eli Manning. They were drafted in the same draft, and Phillip Rivers still on an NFL team. So
Two titles though.
Did he win a playoff game ever?
I don't think he did. I don't think he did, bro.
Honestly, I don't know. Honestly, I'm asking because I don't know. But I'm pretty sure he hasn't, right?
Yes, he has. He's won a bunch of playoff games. He's lost
a bunch. 3.
He's lost to Steelers a bunch. Patriots, Steelers have beat him.
He's been to the AFC Championship game, right?
Yeah, man. We just keep losing to the Patriots and Steelers. That's why we never won a Super Bowl, man. Like,
might have been the year they had LT towards the end or something.
The Patriots beat us. What do you want me to do, man? It's Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. Like, these guys beat anybody. Like, why are you coming at us?
Yeah, I also think Belichick has proven that he is a better coach than Tom Brady is a player.
Easily.
In the first game. Like, 100%. Cam looks amazing. That was a great pick.
Yeah. We should probably end this video, huh?
Sure. I mean, we can keep talking, but we can definitely wrap the video up. Sandusky Hotline here. Devin live featuring him.
Hey, boys, just want to say, long-time listener, first-time caller, love you guys, love the show. Probably.
Yeah, you